the big story of the week is that Conor Murray is now Lions captain. Came as a big surprise to him, as much as anybody. He admitted as much. We were chatting here last weekend when it was clear Alan Wynne-Jones was probably going to have to bow out, and you and Luke Fitzgerald and Matt Williams were all talking. Nobody came close to suggesting Conor Murray, and now here he is, captain of, I would think, one of the more difficult teams you can captain in South Africa as well. So, thoughts? Do you have reservations? Right choice? Not so sure?
Well, first off, brilliant for Conor. Congratulations! It is the ultimate honour leading the Lions, and he has experience in being a Lion, but he doesn't have experience in being a captain. Doesn't have experience really in leadership groups in a massive way, even with Ireland, which is surprising given the amount of time that he's played for them. So it's a difficult task for him. But I suppose on the plus side, for him in particular, it's a real shot in the arm in terms of selection in the first test, because I think it really means that Gatland fancies him to lead out the team in that first test, no matter what happens between now and then. And that's a real sort of confidence builder for a guy who hasn't had the most confident or stellar of 18 months. And I wasn't even sure if necessarily he was going to be on this tour. He is now. He's in the box seat. He can relax, and he knows he's going to start in the first test. And I think Matt touched on it last week. Leadership, even in the Lions, is delivering really high-class performances. So that's really where his focus should be. You don't have to motivate anyone playing for the Lions. You've got a number of other captains, and we saw Hogg today, that are likely to be in the first test anyway. So he's going to have support in speaking, in his general captaincy and input into decision making. But I think first and foremost, he'll want to deliver big performances, and that's what he'll need to do.
Ian, it's amazing for him, and congratulations to him. And he's on his third tour, and Gatland clearly has looked at his experience and said, "Yeah, you're more than capable of doing this." He's captained Munster once in his life. That's his captaincy experience thus far. You were just saying before we came on air, you came through the 20s with Peter O'Mahony and Conor Murray. So two of the boys done good. Both Lions captains in their time is pretty impressive.
Yeah, you would have definitely picked one of them out of the two. So no offence to Conor, that would have been Pete. But Conor definitely, I haven't obviously played with him in the last 10 years. So, people change and develop and, get different traits as they grow a bit older. But everything is about timing, I suppose, and he has timed his run to getting into this Lions tour whenever we were speaking maybe a year ago, where his form wasn't good. He was maybe a bit slow to the breakdown. He was having issues, a few injuries and everything. In the Six Nations, he performed really well, and consistency is the biggest thing. So whenever you're looking to hit the ground running and you have a short amount of time to do that, I think Gatland has just taken a step back and just realised that he is one of the guys that can do that, and he probably is head and shoulders above the other nines when he's performing. So it's a massive boost for his confidence that he's more than likely going to be there. But like that, he's spoken about how he's not going to change, how he's going to approach this tour, but he has all those other people around him, which will, I'm sure, will be a help to him.
Yeah, well, it's a huge honour, and we wish him well.